All right, guys, welcome back for another exciting. We got Pop's Quest out there. He's been busting my behind about doing live chats. But this video, I want to first preface by saying I am in no way a great shot, a sniper, any of that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to learn how to do it. And the reason why this video is maybe something you'd be interested in is I finally got this in the mail. This is a sniper log, and this is the cover of it. I got what it's for on it. A lot of people that do a lot of shooting, at least some of the guys that I've met, they basically have a book for each one of their long-range rifles. Keep all the data in it as well. But we'll get into it and show you, if you're not familiar with what it is, what's in it. There's a lot of stuff that, hey, Eagle Eye, how you doing, Pop's Quest? 45 Auto. I want to learn. I went through it today and was filling out some of this, the dope, as they call it, for basically the few times that I've gone to the range. I'm trying to put all the information, all the data that I can capture from each time I shoot the 6.5 Creedmoor. So if you guys aren't familiar, this is, and I'm going to zoom in here in a minute and use a different camera, but this is who makes it and kind of the copyright on it. But this is a sniper log, sniper data book. So it is made with the, I'll even show you right here, the Write in the Rain paper, so you can write in the rain. You don't have to worry about it getting all messed up. $50-something, guys, for this book. It has a lot of great information, and this book will last you the entire, shouldn't last you in the entire life of the rifle. And the case was like 29 bucks, something like that. By the time I got shipping, handling, and all that stuff, it was like 90-something bucks for a book and a book cover. So inside of the book cover, you can see it's got some pockets, full zipper. You can put pens here and some other stuff there, and another pocket down on the bottom. And this is actually where I purchased it from, at Tactical Tailor. So if you guys are looking for something like this, or you got can it write in the snow? I don't know. I didn't use it. I didn't get it till when I got home from the range, Rob. But so this book has a ton of stuff in it. A lot of stuff is doubles. Hey, Art, what's up, Matt? Actually, there's a couple pages that Matt had a video on, and we'll get into that as well. And I'll kind of show you how I set mine up. So this may be something Matt has. I know he uses a small thing that fits in his pocket when he's out on the field. This is more of kind of stays with the gun when you're trying to figure out your dope and that kind of stuff for different environmentals. So with that, I'll switch cameras over. We'll dive into it, and you guys are going to see what I saw earlier today for the first time, really. I have messed with Ray's book a little bit just by flipping through some pages, but I never really like went into it and kind of really dove into it. So if you guys are interested in something like that, stay tuned. If not, I appreciate you showing up. But today is going to be about learning. Now, I'm not the one that's going to be teaching you guys a bunch of stuff. I'm going to be showing you what's in here. But I know that you guys have a lot of great information too. So if you see something we're talking about and you have a little more insight into it, feel free to chime in for sure. Yeah, this one won't fit in the shoulder pocket, Matt. I don't have big enough muscles. But yeah, it is a pretty thick book. It's about 3/4 to 1 inch thick, and it's probably 6 inches in length and 4.5 inches this way or something like that. I can measure it if you guys really want to know. All right, let me switch the camera over, and then we'll kind of check out the pages. I'll do a fast thing so you guys can all see it, so you don't have to stick around, and then I'm going to go back through it and kind of show you some of the stuff that I put into it and how I'm going to utilize the book. Whether I'm doing it right or not, maybe you guys chime in, but for now, this is how I'm doing it, and it's a learning curve. And if you guys are interested, looks like 15 of you guys are here, so appreciate you showing up. I'll do a shout out real quick. Got Pop's Quest, Shooting with Uncle Dan, RTT, Gears and Guns and Gear, sorry, and Lakeview Outdoors, and Joaquin, Jack Nava, Blue Healer 260, Eagle Eye Shooting. Eagle Eye might have some great information on this as well. 45 Auto, And that looks like it's it for so far that have at least commented. So switching over to the camera so we can all check it out. Let me see here. All right. So basically I just put what rifle it's for. I only have one book, so it's pretty easy to know, but if I do get another one, I'll have it on there, 6.5 Creed. It's got my name on there. And then if you work for an agency or whatever, and your rank, you can put it on there. My rank is Proby. I'm new to this. So it gives a little bit of love to a certain individual that helped write the book. Special thanks to Kent W. Gooch. He was a U.S. Marine Corps. So a lot of information on the dope. Actually, Matt, this book would work really well for you because it's all set up for 308. But with that said, we'll move on. So sniper data range estimations, mil dot reticle breakdown. So it gives you basically the scopes that they're using in the military between each thing. But I'll kind of try to go quick. Conversion tables for lengths, different lengths from standard to metric, metric to standard, that kind of stuff. Yards and mils and meters. Range estimation. There's some really cool stuff in here about, and if you guys, let me get this off here so if you guys have a comment. Yeah, so Matt's a big, he likes the 308 a lot. So once there's a couple more pages and we'll get into it, and everything is set up for a 308 caliber rifle. I can't remember what the grains are. I'll get to the page. But it basically does still breakdowns between mils, MOAs, and degrees, moving targets, range estimation, angle fire, a lot of cool stuff that a lot of people aren't even know that it's out there. Let me see if I can figure out a better way to do this. All right, deviations from zero. So it has a lot of stuff. So temperature on changes from zero, so on and so forth. Oh yeah, I was going to give you a brief overview. So you got comparative bullet drop tables for 308. There it is, Matt, 7.62 and 300 Win Mag. And then it all talks about the ranges, and this is set up for 147 grain, 168, 173, 175, and 190 grain. So this is quick data information you can utilize. Comparative wind tables as well. So we'll keep moving on. This thing is really cool. So you guys, when you're trying to figure out or estimate range, and this one is in mils to yards. So you can either do that, or there is an MOA one on the next page, I believe. Not yet. No, it's all mils. I was thinking there was an MOA one on there. So here you're going to see different things. So here's a 5-foot man, a 5'9", and a 6-foot. This is a doorway. Doorway is usually 36 inches. So this is kind of rough ways for you to figure out how many yards away something it is by reading and your scope in mils. So between a head, you got 6 to 10 inches. Shoulder about with the arms. Or it's like depending height, however many mils it is. So say it's 2.8 mils is what it's reading in the reticle to cover a 6-foot guy. What did I say? 2.8. Can't follow it across here. What the hell's going on? You're looking at 714 yards away. So that's kind of cool. This is just quick stuff you can for range estimation. Not even really quick, but it's a lot faster than trying to figure it out, do all the math. There's calculations that you can do to try to range something with math, but this has already broken it down and done it for you. So let's see, he got it at Tactical Tailor. Yes, Tactical Tailor. And then it keeps going on as far as distances and how many mils. So it keeps breaking it up. Now you're looking at the ballistic half value, win, no value, full value, half value again, and then no value. So these are things you'd take into effect depending on if you have crosswind or whatever the case is. This is kind of cool because it'll show you, like, if there's a soldier, say you're in the military and you're hunting bad guys, you know, when he ashes a cigarette, depending on how far away it goes, you can kind of use that as a wind reference as well as flags, stuff like that. So 3 to 5 miles an hour, felt tight, lightly on the face, and it kind of breaks all that down. If you have any questions while we're going, bring it up. I'll try to look at both things. Yeah, don't forget to thumbs up, Robert Warren says. Definitely appreciate that. So here's the 308 again. And I keep talking about Matt out there, but he likes shooting 308. So there's a lot of cool information, especially already set up for him. But you can see that it has all the math equations. If you want to find something, it'll tell you the MOA full value wins, so on and so forth. So it kind of gives you an example there. This is a wind chart, and this is for 308. So say you're shooting 500 yards, and you got, let's call it a full wind, and the wind is at 2 miles an hour. You're looking at 1 MOA, but you can keep going out to 20. Great book to have. Let's see. Now, if you're doing an engagement on a moving target, it talks about different things you need to look at: speed of target, angle of movement, distance to target, and wind. And there's a lot of calculations for it. Slow, you got guys that are walking really slow. You're looking at 1 foot per second. Fast patrol, slow walk, fast walk. This is kind of how it's set up. Distance to target, it'll tell you. So at 800 yards, time of flight, bullet flight is going to be 1.3 seconds. So you're going to have to calculate all that in. You got wind conditions and helpful hints. Okay, so now we're getting into basically the dimensions of different, the ways the body is set up for most human beings. Now, 12 inches being basically the profile, the side profile. I know some of us are a little wider in certain areas, like right around the belly area. But for the most part, they use it as an example. You got a 10-inch head. Total is a 72-inch person there. So a head's usually 12 by 10. Kind of gives you the dimensions of the shoulders, just the head. Certain areas, so you got 18 from the shoulders down to the hips kind of deal. From the neck down to basically the top of the head to the hips, crotch area is 40 inches. So kind of breaks everything up. There's 6 inches there. Now some of the cool things. So now you got your rifle. You got your rifle. You're out at the range. This is the reason why you guys saw me doing a lot of data, taking a lot of data, asking a lot of questions to Ray. Being that he has the Kestrel, we're getting, you know, accurate readings. We're getting readings right there at what we're doing. So yes, was it yesterday? We had shot out. So we shot at 37 degrees. That's the video where it's snowing. And let's see, we shot out, there was no 100. Oh, okay, so at 100 yards, basically my dope was set up for 0. At 300 is 1.2, so on and so forth. So I got a 500 yard, 556, 650, and 7. So a few days before that, it was a lot warmer. It was 46 degrees. So it needs to be in the 40 category right there in 50. So if I shoot, next time I shoot and it's 65 degrees, it's going to go in this column. And whatever my dope is, I'll put in here for the distances and the yardages. So what you're really trying to do is trying to get this whole thing, or most of this thing, really filled out. Because what'll happen is when you go to shoot somewhere, say I decide to go shoot it with Matt in Arizona, and it's 100 degrees. Hopefully I'll have the dope set up for that, so I'll know what my calls will be. So that's kind of how that works. And this is for the rifle, obviously the 6.5 Creedmoor, but this is with the 147 ELD. Now, say you're a guy that likes, or gal that likes to shoot 140, 147, so on and so forth. You can use the next couple pages. So this could be like 140 ELD. This could be any type of bullet you have set up that you utilize. So there's a few pages of that. So any questions on that? Is this everything working? Does the volume sound good and everything's good? Or how much you save for the book and canvas liner? This was 90 bucks. 90 bucks out the door for the canvas liner and this thing. It's expensive. But you know what? This book you're going to have forever as long as you have the rifle. So it's, at the end of the day, it's not too bad, I guess, but it is expensive. I didn't want to spend the money on it, but this thing has everything set up the way it needs to be set up so that I can gain information later. Now, could you write this down on a piece of paper? Of course, you can, but you know, you spend a couple years on this book, all of a sudden you go out and then it pours on you and your book's ruined, then you're pretty much SOS. That's a possibility as well. Okay, so with that said, now we're in the cold bore section. So this is a cold bore data and remarks. This is probably one of the most important things for me. I'll switch to the second one. The second day looks a little better. So each time I do a cold bore shot, I'm trying to figure out where that bullet's going. So let me move the screen a little bit so you can see. So right here was my first shot, cold bore. So I was aiming here, obviously. So I was off this much. Now, I've been trying to hit inside of 1-inch pasty. If I'm trying to do this test or little thing that I'm trying to personally try to pass. Pass this test and get to the next test, I need to get that first round inside of the 1-inch circle here. That's 1 inch right there. So I haven't passed that yet. I've done it twice. It's after 4 minutes of exercise and you get 60 seconds to get your stuff all set up. So this is basically what happened. All the weather, the altitude, the lighting, wind, elevation. And as far as elevation, I'm writing the density because that's what the Kestrel gives me. It's not the elevation. The elevation really doesn't take any effect. It's more about the density of your location. So temperature was 37, 147 ELD. It was the T with the Vortex HD, and that was the date. This was a few days before that. Temperatures were a little different. This one up yet because I want to talk to basically point of aim in MOAs, and I want to know where exactly. I want to be able to figure out if I'm 2/10 up and 1/10, I need to come over to the right. So you save for that book and canvas. And they are US. See, this is a very important thing. That's why they give you so many pages of it. Another page, another page, another page. Let's see if I can find the next thing. All right, so zero data. Zero data, I don't really know what the hell you're supposed to do with this. So I left it blank. And if any of you guys know, a lot of this stuff is basically the same stuff over and over in different format. That's what it's all about, zero data. These are your shots. So dun, 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 dun. Here's all the way to 20 rounds and elevation and windage. So say you want to do this at 500 yards. Your first shot you missed. and you had a 0 elevation, you're like, oh shit, I forgot I'm at 0. I need to dial up to 3 point something or whatever the case is. You try 3.2, that doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. And then you hit it, you know, you could utilize it as that. And then also your wind. So depending on the distance and spin drift and blah, blah, blah. Remember, I'm new to this game. I'm not sitting here trying to pretend I know what I'm talking about. I'm just showing you the book. So I want to say that every once in a while in case somebody jumps in that, like, this guy ain't no sniper. I never even came close to ever saying I was a sniper. Now, this one's a little different. So you got a bullseye target. Get my dumb thumb out of the way. Okay, so here I made little like spiders here. This is basically like where the shots went, and kind of like the paper punching through. But this was my first shot, cold bore. This wasn't the one I showed you earlier. This was a different time. This was on the 29th. I gotta get my thumb out of the way. So that's basically that portion of it. It's the date, the gun again, ammunition, temperature, distance, density, humidity, barometric pressure, 0 mirage, and then it kind of has check marks for bright day, hazy day, overcast day. And that's how that was. So then the next time was this one. So I did a 3-round, 3 shots. This was at 100 yards. So elevation and windage was at 0. And I didn't have to, basically I was hitting the target, so I didn't do any changes. This was the one with the cold, no, this wasn't the one with the cold bore. This was 3 rounds. I did hit the target, but I should have hit right here, so it was off a little bit. But this is all good data for later. Next time I go shoot, and it's, you know, basically this information's the same. Hold on a second, I'm gonna give my son a hug because he's going to bed. All right, sorry for that. So that's kind of how that works. I put under remarks, I put warm barrel, 3-shot group. It was snowing and in the prone position. So I guess you could put whatever the heck you want in there. Here for, I put snowing as well. And the wind was light, 0 to 3. So there's a bunch of these pages. So I'll keep going until I find, and sometimes I'm grabbing a couple pages at a time, so there's quite a few. All right, so you keep going through, and this is the same as this page. So these are the same. Still going through. Yeah, Rob, did you clean your gun yet? DW's out there. How you doing, buddy? Tattoo Dragon 8. He saws out there. Yes, it's school night. 45 auto. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Robert Warren. Hitting steel. Joaquin. I think that's, if you're new, LZ USA. If you just showed up, leave a comment and I'll say your name. So still going through this bullseye target data. So obviously they think that this is very important, so they keep adding those pages. Okay, here we go. So the next thing is stationary target. Let's see if I can get some camera film here. I'll get it in the camera. So you basically got place, date, time, rifle, scope, ammunition, temp, distance, all that same stuff. It's very important, guys. The altitude, the humidity, the barometer pressure, mirage, light, wind. So this is very similar to the other one, but this isn't for targets. This is for a different shape of a target. I'll leave it at that. And there's a bunch of those. Has anybody seen one of these books before? I'm trying to get to that section where, hey, Matt, are you still here? Resist the Tyranny? Are you listening? Hitting Steel, California. Lake Doors Outdoor, gathering information. I know that book is expensive, but it has a lot of great, yes, it does. And it sucks. It's very expensive, but like I said, you're going to have this book for the entire time that you can even sell this book, not sell it. Say you sold your rifle, you can give it to the owner. Okay, so here we go. Unknown distance data range. So I was hoping Matt was still out there. He did a really good video. He did it on a whiteboard, kind of talking about when he goes on patrol with his group. Basically, he's on the Mexican border there. You know, he's doing some recon and seeing what's going on and all that kind of stuff. But he'll set up one of these range data cards. So what you can do is on the side here, on both sides, it'll be the same. You'll see distance, elevation, and hold off. And then you'll see range estimation method. So you could say estimation by mil reticle or estimation by rangefinder, whatever you want to put. This would be you're in here. And then you would draw stuff. And I'll find one that I did. I did one in a different page, which is the same. Let me go through here real quick. Now these work, you don't have to be a sniper, guys, running out in the middle of Afghanistan. You can use these for your local ranges. So say you go to a range all the time and the targets are always in the same spot, but you can't remember the distances, or you just want to, what the hell is that page at? Let's be back here more. Question, do they make those books in MOA? Most that I've seen, they're in mills. I've only ever seen them in mills. There wasn't even an option. There wasn't even an option for an MOA one. All right, where the heck is it? I know it's in here because I wrote it. I wrote it down. All right, come on. Sorry. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is a little different, but it's the same thing, a little bit different. This is a range card. So I'm at the range, so I'm going to write down the range stuff. So now the location of this range. So say this one's VOD. This one is in North Carolina, about an hour from my house. This was the other day, quite a few days ago now, but 129.20. Basically, when you shoot at the long range area, it's kind of a long road, this road that goes up this forest or this woods. So this is all woods right here and all woods, and this is an open area. So like the farthest target, if you follow it down, you'll see it's 700 yards. And that was for elevation. I need it's not elevation. I wrote that wrong. Damn it. Basically for wind is 0.3 and it is 5.0 for elevation. So these are actually wrong. Glad I looked at it. But you can see how it works. So you got 700, 650, 600, 550, 500, and then a target at 300. So depending on what you're engaging, you can know what your dope is for that area. And what's cool is you can go to VOD, say I'm going shooting there, or say I'm going to Clinton House out to the 1,000-yard deal. I would put all the targets on here and know where they're at. Because once you get a bunch of targets out there, especially on a flat field, it's hard to sometimes figure out how far which one is by looking at the other one. So, and then over here you got a 700 yards. That's TRP, and I don't know if I'm doing this part right or not. I basically made that number 1, and I'm told it what I wrote down what it was. It's a 10-inch by 10-inch square steel, and then you can keep doing the same thing all the way down. Problem is there's only 3 of these, so I'm not sure exactly what really TRP3 is, TRP2, and TRP1. Now you can do, there could be more things, I guess, targets, because this is card 1 of whatever you want it to be. So that's kind of how that works. That's how I did it anyways. And my range estimation method was a rangefinder. And then I basically put the temperature again, the RH, density, and the barometer, or barometric pressure in there. Okay, let me read some questions. The MOA one I asked, that's a great question, but it did not ask me what I wanted. And this is the military, so I believe everything's in mil reticles. I do not know if they shoot. Anybody out there in the military know if they do any MOA stuff? So let's see. I'll be glad when you make the first smart bullet. When they make the first smart bullet. Yeah, that'll be pretty cool. DW, thanks for showing up. He says, okay, I'll have a high, hold on, let me click on it. Oh, shit. I have a high power rifle scope book by Lynn Richard. Not this book. Okay. And you get, let's see what it says. And you get all your weather info from where? From the Kestrel. I am doing the Strelok, guys. Where the hell's my phone at? And this I kind of go into this a little bit too. Let me finish the book and then remind me again, and I'll show you guys Strelok. So field sketches, you can basically put, buildings in the area, this kind of stuff, kind of whatever's in your surroundings. And let me get this off of here so it's easier to see. So basically what you're seeing out in the field, you can put in here and put all your remarks. It has a sketch and the scale percentage and not to scale, originator, sketch name, grid, weather. So you could basically tear this off and give it to someone else if you needed to. But there's a bunch of field sketch. You got observation log and observation logs, lots of observation logs, target dimensions. So known things, maybe you're in your area. You put a stop sign, 24 inches by this, by that, length, just stuff that you may want to keep on track so you have an idea of how wide in width and length it is. Maybe you want to put a Humvee or I don't know what those guys drive over in Afghanistan, but say a Toyota 4Runner, whatever, and the length and width and that kind of stuff would help you out in the field per se or whatever. There's my example. And then we got moving targets. And this is basically a lot of the same stuff. Altitude, humidity, blah, 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 ammunition, temperature, distance, lead for the walking. You got elevation and windage and how many mils it'll be. So shooting a moving target, especially even at 100 yards is quite a trick. But when you start putting in dope for 500 yards, it's pretty amazing. Like someone walking 4 miles an hour. Do you sight in your rifle at 100 yards? Yes, I do. Now, I did sight in when I was shooting that designated marksman match, we sighted in my rifle at 200 yards so that my holds, because of the steel, they're like full USPSA style steel. And all you needed to do was hit the steel, it didn't matter where it was. We had actually sighted that rifle in for 200 yards so that my holdovers would not be as much. So I wouldn't have to worry about trying to utilize, especially with the reticle I was using, I wasn't able to dial anything in. And that was basically what was nice. So out to 300 yards, because we shot out to 600 yards, everything basically was point of aim, point of impact out to 300 yards. And then I had a few, basically, it's an MOA scope. It was the Strike Eagle one that I used for 3-gun. So it's kind of a pain in the butt shooting some of that stuff out to 600 yards. But It did have a little bit of, I'm trying to remember the reticle, but yeah, 100 yards usually. Yeah, like the 6.5 Creedmoor is zeroed at 100 yards, but you know, you start turning the turrets and you can shoot out to whatever you want, basically. Do you sight in your rifle? Oh, is there any other questions? Nope, that's it. Hey Keith, how you doing, buddy? Okay, so back to moving targets. That's what it is. These are pages for moving targets. I don't have much information on that because I don't know enough about it to tell you anything. And let's see, those are all moving targets. This is kind of another thing, target speed. This is to give you some fast, quick kind of leads. So you got 5 miles per hour and you have it figured out at 100 yards or 200 yards or whatever, you can have it already done. You know, you can have your little chart. You can have one here for a car going 15 miles an hour or whatever you want to do. Have fun with that shot. So unknown distance range card again. This is kind of the stuff we were talking about earlier, just set up in a different type of sheet. And then that's basically it, except one more important, very important thing. Last but not least, it is at the end. So I think you can find it easier, but there's not many of these sheets. Where are you working? What did Tom say? Where are you working? Where are you working now, Scotty? Oh, Scotsman. What's up, Scotsman? Off to work you go, buddy. I'm sorry. Okay, let me find this. Getting freaking shiny object. All right, so a bunch of range cards, and then at the end you got the barrel log. So the barrel log, why would somebody keep track of how many rounds they have? Well, when you're shooting different types of rifles, see if I can turn it this way. When you're shooting different types of rifles, some faster projectiles, say you're shooting, we'll say 6.5 Creedmoor. 6.5 Creedmoor, your barrel will last you about 2,000 rounds. And then you'll start seeing you'll start seeing a little bit of degradation in your groups, and then it might be the time that you want to start replacing it. So I always thought that a rifle lasted forever until about a few years ago. I just thought you kept shooting the crap out of it and it always worked. Little did I know, some of those rounds, especially the bigger rifle rounds, in the 6.5 Creedmoor is not even that much. But if you're out shooting a rifle and say it's a gas gun, right? You're shooting a 6.5 Creedmoor gas gun and you're just hosing it down all day, you're going to wear that barrel out so fast. But if you're shooting a few rounds of a bolt gun, taking a break, having a little fun, talking, and then you shoot again and the barrel's not getting super hot, it'll last a lot longer. So off to this thing. So Tika, so this is the Tika. I purchased it on 1/8/2020. And then I'm writing 2 different dates in each line because there's 1 page, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There's only 8 of them. So I go to the range quite a bit, and I don't want to run out on my book. So you got the date you went and shot, the ammunition, and I shoot the same ammunition, so I just been putting these hash marks. There is no lot number because it's all hand loads. And then that day I only fired 10. That was a total of 10. Second day I shot it, which is 2 days later, same bullet. Lots is not applicable. And then I shot 50 rounds that day, so it was a total of 60. And you just keep going. 129.20, I shot 22 rounds, gave me a total count. The other day in the snow I shot 34 rounds, so now I'm at a total of 116 rounds. But as you go through the pages, you'll know when your barrel's starting to get worn out. It may last 3,000 rounds, or it may not. I don't know. But you can see there, I got one. It's just under the remarks: 147 Hornady ELD match with 41 grains of Hodgdon H4350 with CCI large rifle primers. So that is that. On the back here, you got a little measuring device. Kind of hard to see, but it goes to 8 inches. So this thing's 8 inches wide. A hair bigger than that, I guess. Yeah. And then you got some of the other stuff. Kind of just but that is that book, ladies and gentlemen. So wind is blowing 5 miles per hour from the south, 575 yards, 10 foot high, 6 foot to the left, dead deer, Kentucky windish. What's up, Red? How you doing, buddy? All right, now let's go to Strelok. This is Strelok Pro. There are many like it, but this one is mine. All right, so say hi, Daniel. I'm making my way to your video next. Let's see. Red October, you got a lot of videos. Yes, he does. My sniper logbook is in my head. Armament and axes. What's up, buddy? Okay, so let's see if I can. So basically, this is a Strelok Pro. This does cost. It's an app that you can get. I think they make it for Android and for iOS. This is an iPhone. All right, Crazy Scotsman, thanks for showing up, buddy. So you say distance 700 yards, and the slope angle is at 10 degrees. So this is actually VOD, where we shot the other day. There's a 9 to 10 degree angle shooting up into the mountain where the targets are. Wind speed was 0. Wind direction was 0. The weather was 37, 28 this, blah, blah, blah. Same stuff I've been saying all day. And then you basically put in your actual scope. I'm in the right spot here. Yeah, so, okay, so the scope is basically this right here. It's an MRAD reticle, EBR2C MRAD, 4.5 to 27 vortex. Now, when you start typing that in, you start typing vortex, stuff starts popping up and filling it out, and then you can just plug in the right one that's yours. So it's the Teak Attack 3A1, 6.5 Creedmoor, twist rate of 8. 1 and 8 twist, I should say. This is the bullet. So it's a 147 grain ELD match, Hornady. So you punch in the bullet stuff, the feet per second. Now this was at that temperature, so every time I touch this, it changes. When I first did the feet per second, when we were at Ray's on a different day, it was 2717, I think was what it is. So depending on, once you punch it in and get all your data card, it instantly takes all the weather in effect of that day. So when you're doing it the same day, it's usually what it says, but it's been a while now. So all that stuff has changed a lot. So it's kind of a little bit different. So now you can punch in notes, table settings, but the best part, my favorite part of this thing is it does have MOA to MRAD. There you go. And it's got, let's say, inches and clicks. So if you want to know, it's 172.8 inches of vertical height difference from how the bullet goes all the way up to 172 inches high and then back down to the target. Or you can see, here's the reason why a lot of people like mil reticle over MOA is because I only need to put in 6.86. And if you're shooting an MOA scope, minutes of angle, it's going to be 23.57. So you're going to be sitting there clicking a while I'm already firing away. Okay, now this thing's pretty cool because you can do moving targets. So let's do a moving target. Okay, we already have it set up for 700 yards. Come on, lighting. All right, it's already set up for 700 yards. And whatever the object is that we're trying to hit is going 5 miles per hour. You can see how far off the target needs to be. Now, what's cool is you can zoom in. This is the reticle that I see. This is exactly what I see when I'm in my scope because it knows what scope I have. So I can punch this in. I'll move it over. I'm trying to do this on the thing. But that's exactly where I need to aim in order to hit the target at 5 miles an hour moving from left to right. So it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. So that's moving targets. Close. And there's a ton more stuff in this thing, guys. Train at 2 miles going 70. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Okay, so this one here is kind of set up. So say you know how we went to the book and you have the data. So say you go to that same location and you want to use Strelok. So you can see I have a thing punched in just for fun. You see roof line. Why is it blurry? There we go. Roof line is at 923 yards. You got a Heaven's Gate at 1325, and edge of road sector 2 is at 485. So it's giving you all your information. So there you go. These are going to be what you dial in, guys. So 3.96 at 485, 17.57 at 1325, and 1078 at 923 yards. And there is no wind, so you won't have any of this. I think that's what the wind is. I'm not an expert. One of my other favorite things to do, especially if you're going to sit on a mat and just shoot targets at different distances, is this one here. Now you can see that from 100 yards all the way to, I have it set up. So here's 1,600 yards, and you notice that it's red. It's basically telling me that my bullet goes transonic, I believe is that terminology. Come on, there we go. So for that day. Now this will change a lot during a warmer day. Armament, you got all this in your head, huh? Let's see, got a question here. Haven't used that tab yet. Let me know when you shoot the head off a blackbird at 100 yards with a Chinese AK Mac 90 or better, yet hit a groundhog at 400 plus with the same rifle. Learn the round. Yeah, how about I shot the edge of a blade at 100 yards with a 6.5 Creedmoor and devastated it. How's that? Is that good enough for anybody? Did that yesterday? 2 days ago. Yesterday. I don't remember. Let's see. So yeah, right here is transonic. So it's showing that day with that weather. I'm basically reaching out to 1,050, but these are in 25-yard increments. So let's go to, let's say 500 yards, and we are looking at 4.1. 4.1. Now Strelok is not as good as a Kestrel. Let me just tell you. So I think we talked about it in the chat yesterday. The data card. So let's check the differences here. So at 500 yards, it was 2.88, and this is 500 yards. It was 2.88. 500 yards is 4.1. Look at the difference. So this is not as accurate, but you can. I put in the details of the weather. But you can go to the weather station. So let's go to weather and use internal barometer. Let's see what changes. Now this can lock into your Kestrel. You can Bluetooth these in. There's 2 different ones. But when you get your Kestrel to talk to this app, it's even more accurate. So I don't know if it worked or not. Yes, it is nice shooting, brother. Just saying, I always had good luck or just knew how to do this stuff naturally. I'm trying. I got to learn the hard way. I got to go out and learn it. You lucky man, you lucky. All right. So I don't know if it's doing it or what. I don't think anything's changed. Let's see. It's 27.97. I don't think that was what it was. Might have been. Let's see. That's why we got these data cards. The electric crap might break down, and then your SOL. So let's find out. It was 28.35. So there is a little bit of difference in the temperature pressure. Oh no, that's not even the right date. Hold on a second. It's this page right here. 28.55. Yeah, so that was the stuff. 28.5 is what it was before. It's showing that right now. So we'll hit save. Now the data is going to change again. And let's go back and see what was it, 400 yards? 2.8. So let's go back to here. Where is it? I'll go to this one. Yeah, see, I didn't even do 400. Let's do 500 yards. 500 yards is 4.0, and I had yesterday 500 yards was 2.86. So this can be not very accurate. So, but it's been pretty accurate in the past. MOA to MRAD. You can change everything, validation, conversions, blah, 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 a bunch of stuff. I don't really know what it does. You got drop compensation or trajectory validation. So you can true this stuff, which is cool. So if you punch in something and it's not right, you change that, it'll recalculate all your stuff for you. Let's see. So 700 yards with a 147 ELD. The correction 6.81. I can hit calculate. And it's saying 2298 was the current muzzle velocity. I don't know what's going on here. You can use that speed. I'm not going to do that because I'll be saving some. And that's maybe why my thing's off from messing with it. I might have saved something I wasn't supposed to. What's up, Mr. X-Ring? Having a little fun. I showed off the sniper logbook, and I'm showing off a little bit of Strelok. I'm sure he needs some help. Yep, Rick needs help. That's jacked up. That's it. I'm in this chat because you guys are being mean. But yeah, you can use the Kestrel 5, Kestrel Drop, all that stuff, Skywatch BL, bunch of different stuff to help calibrate with the Bluetooth device. So it's kind of cool. You get something. You tried to text me probably because I'm on the phone. I didn't see anything come by. You want a link, amigo? Let's give old X-Ring a link real quick. And then we can learn from the master. Master. Where's the dreams that I've been after? All right, so that's copied. Go over to mail. Stand by while I send him an email. Oh, this damn password crap. All right, let's see. X-Ring channel. Link. Paste. Send it off. All right. All right, it's been sent, X-Ring. Now I can go back to here. He doesn't pay attention. I've been paying attention. Oh, he's been at the casino. Sucker. Good for you. Hopefully you won millions. I'm hoping X-Ring's channel blows up so I could just be his personal cameraman. We can go screw off and shoot shit all day long and not have to really work. But hasn't happened yet. As a hand loader, you know you have to develop your own dope for whatever load and firearm you're using. Yes. Let's see. 2298. Oh, that was a question mark. I don't remember now. All right, let's see here. Go back, hitting Steel, California. I don't know what that was for. Lakeview Outdoors. TB's in the house. Let's see. Oh, he put no. Drink too much tea. Let's see. All right. See you guys. Just want to say hello. Till next time. Wish me luck. Oh, you're going to the casino. Got it. All right. Well, have fun. Good luck. Hopefully you win a bunch. So, any other questions that hopefully I can? Yeah, that's Ramundo 45. Let's see. I see. For now, cameraman is paid in donuts. I don't even eat donuts. Now, if it was sweet tea, let me change the camera and let you guys look at my ugly ass mug. Boom. Scariest thing you've seen all day is boom. Ta-da! All right. Let's do this. So that is it. That's what $90-something will get you. And you know what? I'm glad I bought it. I gotta say, someday there'll be a ton of great information in here. Right now, I only got a few days of data in here, so it's getting better, my friends. It's getting better. Other than that, how long have we been chatting? Oh, we're almost at an hour. Yes, CCI number 200 primers. Talking about tea, I went that whole time without drinking any tea. Guess what? I'm getting some tea. I'll be right back. I figured I'd have one in arm's reach, but may as well over here. Nope. Son of a gun. All right, you guys and gals. You got 2 teas worth out of me. So, other than that, so hitting steel, you've been doing a lot of reloading, lady? It's a shame that most of us can't afford to get into the long range game when we're teenagers. Yeah, it's so expensive. We're too busy running around trying to party and have fun and go skiing or whatever, and we're blowing all our money. Very unfortunate. Very, very, very unfortunate. Let's see. You guys are slow with the comments today, buddy. Give me some comments, questions, concerns. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Or we could just end this. Let's take a vote, because honestly, I don't care. If you guys aren't into this, I'm not into it either. Chasing women, Doug B says. I'm not trying to be a salesman here, but I did go out and buy that Borka tool set. And over here, I had a bunch of scopes, and I just wanted to tweak with the machine and get used to it. Thing's freaking spot on, man. It is cool. You dial in 15 pounds, and you sit there and you start chasing the nuts around until you get everything perfect at 15. So right when you kick, do the next one, click, click, click. Yes, it is Sunday. You are right, TB. People got to work tomorrow. I had a book full of data for my 22-250 that I don't own anymore, so I threw it out. But I had several loads that would shoot the eye out of a groundhog at 250. Armament Naxes, where do you live at? You keep saying groundhogs. I'm thinking of prairie dogs. We got groundhogs here too. There ain't very many though. We used to have a couple on the property, but they're not here anymore. I want to go, and I think you guys probably know this. I want to go to, like, I think it's Wyoming and Montana that has all the prairie dogs, like, all over the place. And the ranchers, they hate them because their cattle break their ankles. Ohio. Oh, Armament Axe is from Ohio. Okay. And I want to go shoot prairie dogs, groundhogs, hogs, pretty much whatever. But I want to just, it would be so fun to just sit there like on a table, bench or whatever, and just kicking back with your buddies. And, oh, there's one. He's about 500 yards away. Did I get the Ray edition? I did. I did get the Ray edition. And it's pretty cool. It's something probably, including myself, like we use this kit, not this one because I just got it. Ray uses this kit, honestly, and he said and told people, but every time we're at a shooting range or sometimes just fixing something, he's got this kit handy, and it's pretty heavy. It's got a lot. You know what? I'll weigh it right now. But it's got a ton of tools in it that you can use for all sorts of daily stuff. So don't tell him I'm kind of talking nice about his product, and it's not really his product. It's Borka tools, but this thing's pretty damn cool. It is a little pricey. It's 2 pounds, 9.1 ounces, but that's 2 pounds. It might be a hair lighter because I added two things. One of them was a suggestion of Ray's, which I actually already used it, was these things. You guys know what these are? I added that, and I added this. Prairie dogs are different and stupid. Groundhog woodchucks are a little smarter. I don't even care. I would just love to find a place. I need some rancher to call me. He's all, I live in Montana or Wyoming or wherever all these damn things are at. Call me and say, hey, Rick, you can come and spend the week and just shoot as many of those damn things as you want. Nose hair trimmers. Okay, so this is for a vortex. And it's broken. I just dropped it. No, it's for a vortex. And the part I need is this part right here to take the top of the covers off. So if you need to re-zero it. This tool right here is already in the kit. And so is that one too. This is made of plastic so it doesn't mar the covers. So it's in there for that reason right there and right here. Other than that, everything else is in here. This piece is in here. This thing is really, really cool though. So normally this is what happens when I go to Ray's house is he says, oh, you know, like I'll be like, hey, Ray, I got my, you know, I bought a new scope or whatever. And he's, oh, cool. Let's put it on. And then we'll put it on. But the problem is like, it's not really a problem. Ray's just helping me out because I'm not as good as he is. But he'll go, okay, and he'll do all this stuff, all the stuff I haven't learned how to do. So I was having fun with this scope and the two other scopes over there, just learning how to tighten and how the thing works and all that kind of cool stuff. And I actually got to I actually got to use this and actually really work it. Kudos for Ray to, you know, help me out and make sure my scope is perfectly level and all that cool stuff. So I'm not saying anything bad against it, but I never really had a chance to try one of these on something. So that was kind of cool. Okay, so you need to fix something. You got a little ratchet. Yeah, I think it's a 3/8 head. You got a 1/4 inch head here. What's kind of cool too is, so you got this, and you can add, you know, one of these, whatever one you need, right? So it comes with two of these. They're all different, obviously, but it fits in there. But say you don't have enough room, and you need to be, it needs to be shorter. You can actually just put it in here, and it's got a magnet on it, so you can shorten it up even more, which is kind of cool. And then to get it tight or to loosen it up, depending on what you want to do, it's got this finger groove here to, you know, until you can get it to where it's actually going to do this instead of just loosen up again, trying to tighten it. So that is pretty darn cool in itself. Another thing that's cool is people will just throw these back in here, and then they get all jacked up because they're not in the right spot. It's got actually what it is on it. So there's this one and this one as well. So depending on what you need, and this will do, I want to say everything. And the only reason I want to say everything is pretty much all gun stuff is within these and these. So once you buy the kit, you're pretty much done. You don't really got to mess with anything. The one thing that is different on Ray's kit, meaning the kit that is made after them, is these things. These are pretty cool. I don't know what the real name of these called. Torque limiters. I believe that's what they're called. But this one is set up for our 4-inch pounds. So this is actually like the handle portion. You put the whatever tool head you need in there, and you use this as the wrench. Actually, this way. This way it goes in here. But when you turn this, it'll click like a. You gotta have a thing in there, but it'll click, and that's pretty dang cool. And these are set at whatever temperature or inch pounds you want. So this one's 4 pounds. This one is for basically the zero stop stuff and the caps for the Vortex Razor. Actually, it's made for the Night Force, but I use it for the Vortex HD. And then there's a one in here that's 100 pounds, 100 inch pounds, and that one is for, I believe, like the AI rifle, something or other. And this is actually set up for the barrel of the AI. So this kit is, if you have an AI, this is the kit you really want. I don't have an AI, but the kit has a lot of, hey, go win some money. There aren't the cheap bits either. Yeah, they're not the cheap bits. You know, some of those ones you buy at Harbor Freight or something, you leave them out in the rain a little bit, and instantly they're like rusting before you're even done with the job. These aren't anything like that. You can tell they're well coated. This thing here is pretty cool, and this is not a cleaning rod. You could emergency use it as a cleaning rod, but this is made for basically if you have a squib load, you take this piece out. This is the end here that has a brass end on it so you don't scratch your barrel. And then depending on how big your barrel is, or long I should say, you pull out a section. There's a bunch in there. So it's made for rifles. But you put that on the end. We'll just pretend it's a squib and a pistol. And this is longer than the barrel. I could take the barrel out of the pistol, and I could extract by pushing it through with this cool, nice, comfy palm thing. I could push the projectile out of the barrel with that. So pretty cool. But if that was going to be silly, but probably better not. So a cool set. Thanks for asking. This one needs to go in the middle, like that. This one goes on the side. And then you guys can see they all stack up in this nice little plastic tube thing. And you close them up. And now you got yourself an emergency cleaning rod deal. They don't mind calls, but they don't like video stuff while playing. I'm doing well, sir. I'm at the casino trying to live stream. Oh, are you trying to live stream? And they don't mind calls with it, like video stuff while playing. Doing well. I'm at the casino trying to live stream before they tell me to stop. So that is a cool set. I will put this up close. And if you are interested in one of these, you need to send X-Ring an email, because he's the only way you can get a little bit of a discount on this. Borka Tools does not do discounts, period, end of story at all. But basically X-Ring can save you some shipping and handling or something like that. It's like 7, I don't know if that's the right answer, 7%, 5%, whatever it is. But the only way you can get that is from him. So that's really cool. So Boris, which is this guy, Tepper, who invented this stuff back in like 2000, I don't remember, 6, something 8, whatever. I don't know the answer to that. Answer my question, please. They don't mind. Win some money for me, Ray. I'll try. Watch the live stream. Where's the question? X-String, how are you? X-String's doing good. Is that the question? Those aren't the cheap bits either. I must have missed the question. X-String channel at Gmail. Yeah, you're going to send the email to the X-String channel at gmail.com. Let me click on that. Where was it that you purchased the Borka tool set at? Yeah, so you'll go there. You'll send him an email with your name and your zip code. That's all he really needs. He'll send that off to Borka Tools, which is really a company called, I don't remember what the name is. I looked it up yesterday. So maybe he will answer that. I can't remember what the company's called. It's Borka Tools, but there's a, where you buy them like online is a different company. So I don't know. Just get over to his channel and you'll find all the information you need over there. Hey guys, you have a great week. Fixing to catch a plane and head back to Texas. Good chat, Rick. Thanks, Joaquin. Appreciate you showing up. Have a safe flight, my friend, because I know flying sucks. Unless you're going on vacation, and flying still sucks. I'd rather figure out a way to zap myself there. Then order the kit you want. Yes, there is. This is the most expensive kit, guys. But they make kits very similar to this. What you really, say you don't have an AI and you want to get the basics. They make a kit like that. And I can't remember what the guy's name was, but there's another kit out there that doesn't have some of these features. And I'm not the guy to be talking for this whole Borka toolkit thing, but I don't mind trying to help. Hopefully Boris doesn't get mad at me. Hopefully I don't say anything wrong. But there is other kits. Some of the things that what you really need, what I think you really need minimum for most shooters is you're going to want this for sure. Let me get this. So you get it at that channel. But this is basically a sliding you need this part for sure. So I want 15 inch-pounds. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to slide this on here. I know the camera view is not good. I'm going to do a quarter turn. Actually, right now I have it at 16. So this side's from 10 to 27, and that side is 28 to 70 inch-pounds. So depending on what you're trying to do, you're going to hold this in a certain way like this, and you're going to put your thumb on this button right here. This is what's going to pop like that when you get to the certain designated pressure, or inch-pounds, I should say. And as you're going around and you're chasing the loose things, because these are so nice to have, instead of us just using screwdrivers or whatever tools to try to tighten our scopes down with, this is much more accurate and more consistent, and it's what you really need if you want to tighten. If you want to tighten scope rings, scope mounts, any parts on your rifle that need to be set at a certain poundage, so that you want this part. And this is in all kits. You can't buy this separately. I saw that on their website yesterday, I think. You can't buy this by itself. And then you're going to want the 2 different sets of these, because these will fit all the scope rings, the mounts, different this and that. You got T10 all the way to 30 Then you got the HW2s all the way up to HW5. You got 2 different Phillips, 4 different Phillips actually. The PH1, 2, and the PZ1, 2. Then you get all the square stuff, all the different flatheads. Then you must have you want this. This comes with standard with all of them as well. What did I do here? All right, so this is the ratchet. It has a 1/4 inch. This is what fits everything. This is when you're just doing normal stuff. You don't need to utilize this. You can just crank her down, and then you get to the point where you want to start when it's getting close to being tightened and you're ready to get it to the right inch pounds. Then you can utilize that. So there's this. It's got the quick thing where you can rotate it. You can see the little serrated section there, if you want to call it that. And then a lot of scope rings, and I don't have any here, but they're the 1 inch. This is or I should say 1/2 inch, right? Yeah, it has a 1/2 inch regular nut on the sides for some scopes. This is what you would use for that. Actually, this is what you would use for that, like that. Other than that, there's a lot of cool stuff. If you have a Ruger 1022 and you want to take the barrel off and there's that wedge in there you need to get to, there's the stuff in there that has the angled, where it's cut at I don't know if it's 45 degrees, but it basically, right, you can kind of see them in there. It's a ball hex head deal. So, and the other one I think comes with the cleaning rods as well, or the emergency cleaning rod, whatever you want to call it. The thing that doesn't basically come with their kit is the AI barrel nut. So if you don't have an AI, you don't really need this piece. And this is the 100-pound. No, that's the 4-inch one. This doesn't come with the other kits. This is the 100-inch. And this is something set up for AI as well, I believe. For I don't remember what piece it is. And then the 4-inch one is very good for if you're running. You can order this additional if you didn't need the AI stuff. But I don't know all the ins and outs of it, so I'll just shut my trap while I'm ahead, hopefully. This is the part you really need, along with the sets of these. You can pretty much fix all normal, or you can tighten all normal stuff that you have at home as far as rifle stuff. And any other stuff that needs to be in inch pounds. So now I got to put all this crud back. So any other questions on that? All right. Dang, it's already 1 hour and 18 minutes. You guys talk way too much. This is ridiculous. I got to figure out where all this stuff goes. Damn it. All right, bucket list. Yeah, exactly. But if you get on there, you can order any of those ones. And there's ones that are like, I think 125, up to almost $300. The X-Ring, which is really the RH version, is under $300. I don't know exactly, $289-ish, I think. But if you email him, he can give you a little bit. He has a little bit of availability to helping you out because you are basically a supporter of his channel, and he's given back to you guys for being supportive, basically. So call yourself lucky. He's a nice guy most of the time. But that's it. That's all of it. Now, again, I got to figure out how it all goes back. It all goes back. They need a picture. They probably have a picture somewhere, actually. And actually, if you go to Borka Toolset and you look at their thing, they actually have a video from X-Ring. He's the only one, or one of the only ones, that are allowed to talk about how to utilize this tool that's approved by Borka, which is really Boris, the owner. So the rest of us knuckleheads are just trying to show you how cool this thing is, really. If you know what I'm saying. Man, I do not remember how this all goes in here. I'll figure it out later. I hear Borka, I think Muppets. Chef Borka, 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 Borka. That's good stuff. I like that. Boris would not like that. Pretty sure. But all right, something like that. I think I'm close. I'm like probably 40% off, but whatever. Yep, that looks like it'll fit. Let's see. Oh yeah. Zipper test. And if you guys act right now, it'll come in a Maxpedition pack with Boris's card on. There you go. Thank you and have a good night. You're flooding us down here, man. Oh, yeah, Bobby. It was raining the other day. Actually, tomorrow and the next day, it is supposed to rain again. So be on the lookout for some wet stuff headed south. Be on the lookout. Do I have more hats? These hats? Or my Is Your Six covered hats? If you want this hat, not this hat, because it's all sweaty. You can see the sweat line. This is what sucks about ball caps. Nobody knows how to make a freaking ball cap except a couple companies. And it's the one of my hats. It's made of a different material that does not do this. I throw away hats all the time because of this. And I don't even sweat. Hardly at all. This hat is a Microtech hat, and you can get that at microtech.com or something like that. Microtechknives.com, that's what it is. You get a good dose of caffeine from all that. Yeah, not really. Sometimes, like lately, I've been on these chats and been drinking iced tea all night long. I'll be laying in bed for about an hour before it gets out of my system. But yeah, here I am again. It's a great book. I want the Gooder hat, like your channel hat. Oh, yeah, you want the Gooder hat for sure. I don't have one here. I don't sell hats per se, but if there's enough people that want one, I can order some and send them out. The problem is the place that makes my hats are in California. So when I go to work next time, I can order a few. The way gooder hat. Yeah, I enjoy it because it doesn't do this. You can basically wash it, throw it back. It doesn't have any lines, and it is it's better. The problem is they make it in one version only, and it's black. They actually make a red one too. It's a different model, but the brim's too big, and I hate wearing that hat, but I like red hats. Ray always gives me a hard time when I wear that hat, making fun of me. But you don't have to worry about it. It's an umpire hat, so you can sweat in it all day, and it doesn't do anything. Yeah, the new case, Bobby, is freaking cool. I actually upgraded it. I did another thing with it. So there was the hole where the suppressor, fake suppressor hole is, because I don't have it yet. Then there's the barrel. Then there was that square area. What I did was I actually cut a hole out for the Borka tool set, and then where the lid comes down, which is right over the Borka tool set like this, is my book. But the book I mounted into the door or the cover, so this goes up like this when you open it. Of course, I'm doing it backwards, but it goes like that. When you close it, it sits on top of that. Came out really cool. I will buy one, make it two. I can order some. The problem is it will be a little while. Have you bought a Pelican case just for tea yet? No, 45, I have not. I'm trying to figure out if I want a square one or a long diagonal one to keep all the tea like in a line. I saw your comment. Where? Let me see what I have around here. I think they're upstairs. You guys have seen them if you watch my channel. You see them. Nope, I don't have them. They have left the building. All right, who out there? Nick is out there. What's up, Nick? Nick, you should put your email in there, and I'll send you a link. I want to see how you and what's his name from State Farm, how he's doing. Can you fly with 100 rounds in the case? I was thinking max of 40 rounds. It is a weight thing. I think it's 5 pounds. 5 pounds of ammo. I don't know. I can always take some out. When are you going to be on Hank's show and not in X's shadows? Let's get it set up. Let me know. The sooner the better, because I'll be headed back to Cali here. And I don't even know how many days. I need to buy an airplane ticket. Yeah, you make it happen. I'd have fun doing that. Yeah, I didn't want to take away from X-Ring's awesomeness on that chat. It was a lot of fun, but I stayed in the background, the shadows, because I didn't know if Hank would be wanting me in there or if Ray would want me to take some of his thunder. Oh, sure. I know what you're saying. No, X-Ring's rocking, man. It's Jake from State Farm. That's right. I want Nick to tell the story. That's what I want. Nick, you should get on here and tell the story of a good day of whoopings. That's the last thing you'd want to do. Nick is one great shooter. So is Jake, too. Jake from State Farm. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I work over there. I work in Riverside County, the land of Riverside County. I think you're in Riverside too. Matter of fact, I'm in Temecula. I just got back 4 weeks ago from Virginia, and they told me max 50 rounds. Woman's mean. 50 rounds. Well, I'll just bring one blue box then. I'll put another box. Problem is, if I go shoot that somewhere, I need to bring like 200 rounds. Because if I'm going to haul that big beast out somewhere, I definitely want to shoot it. Especially if I get to shoot some prairie dogs. I don't need a 6.5 Creedmoor to shoot prairie dogs, but man, it'd be fun to shoot like a 1,000-yard prairie dog. Maybe bring my 22-250 out there. I admit, brother, you and X-Ring beat our ass up and down the range that day. I'm going to highlight that because I feel good right now. Boom. It was really cool. Now, Nick, the first time he shot USPSA, he got master class. Is that right, Nick? Do you think, is it master class? Yeah, because there's a grandmaster. I think he qualified as a master class shooter. This guy shoots like a freaking badass ninja. Him and Jake. So a buddy of his, Jake, and he's a competitive shooter as well. And me and X-Ring set up this pretty cool course. I wish Nick would tell you, because it's going to sound so much better coming from somebody else, because I don't want people to think we're exaggerating. Maybe we will hold it for another day, and Nick will get on here one day and tell the story of the ass whooping, the old man that whooped his ass. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Is your 6 covered? LOL. Lola Strange, gmail.com. Tell them I sent you and we'll text them. Pretty sure we can get you on the show. Yeah, it should be pretty easy. I think back in the day we had tried once before or something. Or maybe I think I was chatting to you on it about, hey, get me on there or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, it'd be fun to get on there. Lola Strange 1. Okay, I got to remember. Let's see here. I shoot about 30 rounds of 6.5 and 30 of 308 each range trip. I have more fun on the spotting scope calling shots. Yeah, nice. Now, where are you going? Where are you shooting at? Are you going to Paula? Or are you going up by WTF SoCal over there in Orange County? Are you going to some BLM land or out to the desert? What's the case? Oh, I got to get this off here. Sorry, Nick. I'll do it for sure another day. I'm about to go out and shoot some coyotes. Oh, man, I want to go shoot some coyotes. Are you with Bad Billy? No, you guys aren't. Yeah, you're close. Don't you and Bad Billy live close together? Is your 6 covered? They use Skype right now for going live. Skype, huh? I guess I got to figure out all that Skype stuff. Cool. Good to know, Armament Axis. I will... Actually, we used to do a farm chat on Skype, so I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. BLM up at the pass. Oh, okay. Like the Grapevine up there? I'm trying to think how far up you are. If you live in Riverside, though, man, that's a long-ass drive. Oh, I know the one. The one on the way to the high desert. What the hell is that town called? Shit, I can't think of it. I can't. Brain's gone. Rodder 204 is in the house. How you doing, buddy? Have you ever seen the Romeo 1x20 compact red dot sight? That's a SIG, right? The Romeo 5? I have not heard good things about those SIGs. If it's what I'm thinking it is. Is it the SIG? I've been thinking about getting a membership to Range. Where'd that go? To a Range. Paula's got a 900 yard. I don't know how far away that is from you. I don't know what part of California you're in. It's Paula is just south, or it's at the north portion of the San Diego County line up to Riverside. It's actually just south of Temecula, about 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, SIG. Did you already buy one of those, Bobby? Did you buy one of those yet? Oh, Riverside City. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, so you're not that far away. It's only about 45 minutes. Yeah, it's an awesome range. It is an awesome range. I actually go out there with WTF SoCal once in a great while on the day I come in because I fly in a day early. We've only done it once, actually, and shoot. So it's pretty cool. Yes, sir, SIG. Oh, he hasn't answered yet. Let's see, age 6 car. What are you talking about? Having to move back? I'm not moving to California. Hell no. No, I still work in California. I get on a plane and I fly my dumb ass. Hey, Brian, what's up? I fly my dumb ass all the way to California, work 8 days straight for 24 hours, and then I fly my dumb ass home and to North Carolina, and it might be only 800 actually. I thought they put a couple things up right past the 8. There's a big buffalo up there too. Yeah, so I fly back and forth to work. Broader, don't do it. Do not do it. I don't care what anybody says. The weather's not that great. You got to go flying out to California. Tactical California in Peru is pretty nice. 1,000-yard targets. Peru? Like Peru? Like, oh, not Pahrump. Now, Pahrump's in Nevada. Tell me more, Brian. I don't know what you're talking about. But I would like to know. Roger says, I have no reason to go back. Yeah, there's a couple things I like. Best things about California. One, Mexican food. They got the best Mexican food you'll ever have. You haven't even had Mexican food unless you've had Mexican food from Southern California. It's not Tex-Mex. I know I'm going to piss a couple people off here. Tex-Mex is freaking horrible, sucks ass. And the only reason why I say that is because, in Ventura, by Fillmore, between Valencia and... That's the one I think SoCal goes to. I'm not sure. I have not been there. It's so much better than the stuff in North Carolina. Mexican food sucks out here. I sent you a text about a thermal. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. Oh, nice. That's nice. But the ATN Thor works very well for a cheap thermal. And remember, you are doing a thermal on your channel a few days back ago. Check them out. Pretty cool piece of equipment. Man, you got a nice tripod. You don't even have a bipod, Nick. I can't show this picture, I don't think, because it's basically a coyote that's sleeping with ketchup near him. But I don't think I can show it. Very cool. Nice rifle too. I mean, ketchup stick. Very cool, Nick. I don't know why your name didn't come up. What the hell? Let me fix that. My phone's been wacky lately. Let's see. Done. Sure, I'm creating. All right, here we go. All right, now I got it saved. Nick, done. All right. Sorry, guys. Administrative skills, not very good at them. And I do not multitask very well either. All right, that's about 2 hours for me. Hitting steel. Yeah, okay. So it's about, from Temecula, it's another 40 minutes with traffic, an hour with traffic. California Mexican food is fake. How much more real can it be 20 freaking seconds from the border of Mexico? Come on, 45 Auto. You must like Tex-Mex, Mex-Tex, or whatever the hell it's called that sucks ass. I'm looking for a lower cost red dot for this new AR pistol build I am working on now. What would you go with? I'm looking for one that has that auto. What the hell is it? Working on now. What would you go with? I'm looking for the one that has the auto wake up. We talked about those. Bryson has. Who makes those? They're actually really good, and the price is really not bad at all. What the hell are they called? They got the whole solar power on top. You guys are going to know before I can say it, so help me out. It's got the solar on top. Great red dot. It is called a Not aim point, not. I'm thinking, Bobby. It'll probably come to me. No, Hidden Steel's got it. Hollow Sun. Those are really, heard they're really, really, really good. Great battery life. There is one version that wakes up, and there's versions that have solar on them. Yeah, check out Paula. Paula's nice. There's a lot of matches too. I don't know about a lot, but there's some matches you can attend, which would be fun. I shot my first IPSC match at that Paula range in 1992, something like that. That was fun. It was called. They had a cool name for it. It was in Spanish. Line of Fuego, Fuego de Line, Line of de Fuego, Fire and Line, or something like that. Line on Fire or something. I'm having good luck with my True Glow and a Nikon Micro Red Dot. There you go. Armament Axis is telling you some other good ones as well. Oh, good night, Lakeview Outdoors. Appreciate you showing up. Time for me to go Mimi's. I know, it's time for all of us to go Mimi's. All right, let's do 5 more minutes. We'll do 1 hour up 4 minutes. What's up? Brian Shoots. Now you're here. We're getting ready to be done with this. There's so much information you could have learned tonight with the shooter, the sniper logbook, all sorts of cool stuff you could have learned tonight. But where were you? Doing homework? Can't believe you, Brian Shoots. You're slacking on me, buddy. You're slacking on me. There's my buddy Brian Shoots. 92, you are an old as me. Yeah, I graduated 89. If that gives you any information. Talk to you cool cats. I actually graduated from Temecula High School. I was the first year to graduate all 4 years. That's how old I am. I grew up in Temecula. I used to drive or ride mini bikes into town before because the cops were in Elsinore. So you could get away with lots of stuff because it was like a half hour before the cops would get there. Take you cool cats later. Adios, muchachos. It's private for the most part, but it's open to the public a couple days a month. Yeah. When am I going back to work? I don't know. I don't want to talk about work because it's coming up, and I don't know. And I got to get plane tickets, and I've been procrastinating. And if you make me think about work, I'm gonna be laying there in bed thinking I should be ordering tickets right now, and I'm not gonna do it. So I don't know. He was doing homework. Oh, and getting his pack set up. 85. Okay. 85. Let's see. Holy crud. I was thinking I was old at 41. Nick. All right. I'm going ahead to take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Cool, man. Send me some pics tomorrow. Happy hunting. Happy trails. I want to get a couple guys together and go shoot some prairie dogs somewhere. I want to do that Utah thing where you shoot the milk jug at a mile. We could do that here, though, in South Carolina. So I don't know if that counts because it's called, I think it's called the Utah milk jug, mile milk jug, something or other. So, something like that. Oh, got 2 minutes. Before my 2 minutes is up, I appreciate all you guys showing up. And it's been a fun week. I jumped in here tonight just to be live, just to try to do a full, I don't even know if it's a full week, but however many days it's been, yeah, the Milk Jug Challenge. Thanks, 45 Auto. As kind of more of a joke to Rob, Pop's Quest. Because he's like, man, you've been going live so much. I can't believe it, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you know what? When someone tells me something like that, it means I'm going live again. So that's it. So we got 54 seconds left. Again, I appreciate everybody showing up. It is a lot of fun. Hopefully I entertained you guys. Hopefully you learned a few things from that sniper logbook. And I was hoping to get some more information from you guys out of that. But no sniper showed up today, so maybe next time. So with that said, have a good night. Stay safe. And every once in a while, I'll tell you guys, please check your smoke alarms and smoke detectors, because a lot of people die every year because they either took the batteries out, or they didn't change them, or they don't even have them. So don't be lazy. Things happen. And make sure you guys check that stuff, because I want you to show up to the next chat. I don't want to hear the statistic. There's so many people that lose their lives from something so silly as a battery or a $10 smoke detector. So you guys take care. See you on the next one, and hope you enjoy the channel. And if you forgot, TV is going to tell you to hit that thumbs up button, even though the channel's we're done here. But other than that, you guys have a good one.